Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about NIO stock. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about NIO. And guys, NIO has actually had some recent news lately that's basically going to take it up to the next level, right? I think NIO is hitting the pinnacle of its growth. I think going into 2021, NIO has grown a lot this year and it's really become a great and big company. But guys, I'm expecting even bigger things from NIO in 2021. If you guys don't know what NIO actually does, NIO is an EV company that's based out of China, right? They produce luxury EV cars, pretty similar to what Tesla does. Looking at the 5-year chart, this thing IPO'd September 12th of 2018. Right, fairly recent IPO. It's been on the NASDAQ for about a little over 2 years and it's already up 650%. Looking at the 1-year chart, guys, as you can see here, it is up 1,673%. Obviously, I've said this time and time again, it is, in my opinion, the biggest growth stock of 2020. Right, NIO has come a very long way this year, guys. At the beginning of the year, this thing was trading around $4.29. And the fact that now it's trading around $45 and it's been able to basically expand in the midst of a pandemic while other companies were struggling, other companies were not doing well. Now currently evaluated bigger than General Motors. NIO has put itself on the radar and it's gotten the attention of investors. As you guys have seen, right, there's been a lot of news surrounding NIO stock lately and it's starting to get a lot more attention. As you guys have seen in recent news, NIO did recently just sign a deal to basically build 100 battery swap stations in China, right? And what does this actually benefit to everybody? But you guys have to understand that by NIO doing this lowers the cost of ownership to the people who own NIO's cars, right? When you're buying a car, guys, you want to look at everything from the bigger perspective. NIO being able to save money for their customers is just absolutely huge, followed by a big analyst upgrade from Goldman Sachs, right? So Goldman Sachs rated the stock at $7, right? They had it rated at a sell, and the fact that they did a 666% analyst upgrade from $7 all the way up to $56, it just goes to show that a lot of these big time investors are really starting to notice NIO stock, and a lot of these big time investors are really starting to put their money into these Chinese EV companies. Yes, there's always the back and forth, and there's always you always have to take two sides especially when it comes to investing. You do have a lot of analysts saying, now may be the time to rotate out of Chinese EV stocks because they don't think that the growth is going to be there yet, right? And the key word right there, guys, is yet. But guys, you have to understand that NIO as a company is going to grow a lot in 2021 and the whole Chinese EV market is going to grow a lot in 2021 as well. As you guys have seen, reports have shown that 20% of all car sales are going to be EV cars by 2025 and they expect that number to be 50% by 2035. So you can see that there's generally just a growing market. And, NIO, looking at their delivery estimates, guys, NIO is starting to sell more and more cars. So NIO as a company is starting to grow. And it leads people to ask the question, should you buy NIO stock at $45.11? For me, guys, I think NIO stock is worth the investment at $45.11. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But the reason I say this, guys, is because NIO is going to be growing a lot in 2021. NIO has a lot of cool stuff going for it. On top of all the good news it's had recently, analyst upgrades, and they signed a deal with basically a battery company to build up battery swap stations. And, NIO doing very, very good on their November deliveries, and they're also doing good on their earnings. As you guys, we took a look at their earnings in earlier November, right? Yes, the company was not profitable, but you guys can see that the losses are starting to shrink as the revenue starts to climb, already expecting $960 million in revenue. NIO's biggest competition right now is probably the rising, EV competitiveness in China. As you guys know, there's XPeng, and there's also Tesla that's making a huge appearance in China, guys. As you guys have seen in recent news, Tesla just started producing their Model Y in China, and Elon Musk plans to go there next month. So this is going to be NIO's biggest thing right here, guys, is actually being able to compete with Tesla. Tesla being a more established brand, right? It's sold more cars and it just has that name around itself, right? It's going to be difficult for NIO to basically compete with that. But guys, I do have confidence in NIO, and with NIO, to answer back to Tesla expansion in China, right? They're dropping 2 new sedans to compete with the Tesla Model 3, but they're also dropping another SUV and they're also dropping a minivan. So NIO is staying ahead of the game by dropping more vehicles, right? Making sure they're giving their customers a wide variety of vehicles that people can purchase. And the biggest thing here, guys, you have to realize is there can be more than just one top EV company. in a specific location. Like people always misconcept the fact that, there can be a lot of EV companies, guys, in a single country, and they can all still perform very well. Look at the general car markets today. There's Dodge, Ford, Volkswagen, Nissan, Toyota. They all do very, very well. Some do better than others, but generally speaking, there's more room than just one EV company. But I know that NIO is going to be a top EV company. I mean, you guys have seen the amount of growth that NIO has had this year alone. NIO already planning to sell, I believe, 100,000 cars in 2021. It's just absolutely huge that NIO's on this huge path of growth. And guys, this may be the last time you see NIO stock at this price right here. It's kind of been hovering in the 40s ever since we've kind of seen it trading sideways. Right, NIO did get some bad news causing it to sink a little bit, and that was with recent as the Chinese bill that was passed in the United States, basically saying if Chinese companies do not abide by U.S. auditing guidelines, then they're going to be delisted. I think NIO's a legit company, so I'm not really too worried about NIO actually being delisted from the NASDAQ, but people did end up panic selling, and it did cause NIO stock to actually sink a little bit. But also in other news, NIO did a huge public stock offering of 68 million shares. Now, why is this bad news? To some people, the reason why it's bad news is because the more shares you put out on the market, guys, you have to understand that it generally devalues the stock. But the reason why companies do this is so they can better expand, ramp up production. With NIO already having plans to ship cars overseas and sell cars overseas, right? NIO's plan is to expand to Europe by middle of 2021. We did get recent news yesterday as well that XPeng is starting to sell cars in Norway. So that means the whole Chinese EV market is starting to expand over that side of the coast, guys. And people are really taking this seriously because, guys, the one thing right now that NIO needs to do is expand. People don't understand that, the public stock offering, they were able to raise $2.5 billion. That's all going to go into production, expansion, perfecting the 100 kilowatt battery they're also working on, and the self-driving chip to help better the robo-taxi delivery service. Guys, you need capital for this. And like I said, NIO's expanding in so many directions. And the thing I love about NIO in itself is I believe the company in itself has an upper hand advantage because they use technology to their advantage, and the company is very, very innovative. Like I said, they're already working on a bigger and better battery. They're working on a self-driving chip, which are two huge catalysts, guys, for NIO stock and the whole EV market in itself. But the fact that NIO is doing this to raise capital, to be able to expand, NIO and all these other Chinese EV companies, guys, they're trying to expand that part of the world, right? They're trying to make their brand known. And this is what NIO needs to do. NIO needs people to know the brand, right? Even if people here in the United States know the brand, NIO needs to be that iconic brand. A lot of analysts said out there, NIO is going to be a top EV company, right? NIO is going to be one of the bigger EV companies as well. And for me, guys, I believe the same thing. And this leads me to my overall stock prediction of where's NIO stock going to be headed in 2021 with all this growth, with all this catalyst that we have seen for NIO stock. For me, guys, I'm telling you the truth right now. NIO stock is probably going to hit $100 in 2021. And in the next 3 to 4 years, guys, as the EV market starts to expand more, as the EV market just generally more demand for it, guys, NIO stock in 5 years could be worth $300. And I'm not saying this for a clickbait video because this is my true, honest opinion, guys, just based off all the facts that now, NIO only been around for 4 years now, already bigger than General Motors. They're already selling a bunch of cars. I think people are starting to realize that the EV market is going to have a dominant play in the overall market in the world, guys. The EV market is starting to grow. It's starting to mature. You have a lot of EV companies that are starting to come out and starting to IPO. And NIO is going to hit $100 in 2021. And I think it's going to hit $300 by 2025. We also have the long-awaited NIO Day coming up on January 9th, where NIO is going to be basically unveiling all sorts of cool products and basically where the company is going to be headed in the next couple of years. Guys, surrounded with all these facts, guys, NIO is worth the investment right now. $45.13, guys. Buy NIO stock. You guys will not regret it. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of NIO stock. Do you think NIO stock is worth a buy at $45.14? Do you think NIO stock is going to be the next Tesla? If you guys own NIO stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.